and welcome into another edition of Cowboys Rewind. I'm Dani Sureck. The 6-7 Cowboys are still in the top spot of the NFC East, although Philadelphia is right on their tails. With just 3 games left in the regular season, every win is imperative because the only chance the Cowboys have of making the playoffs is winning the division. The Cowboys are in their second 3-game losing streak of the year, with their last loss coming in last Thursday night's game against the Bears. Since then, Dallas made a position change, cutting kicker Brett Maher, who is in his 2nd year with the Cowboys. In that game against the Bears, Maher missed a 42-yard field goal, which was his 10th miss of the year, the most in the league. Maher finished the year with the Cowboys 20 of 30 in field goals and just 1 of 5 from the 40 to 49-yard range. Head coach Jason Garrett shared the reason behind cutting Maher and signing veteran free agent kicker Kai Forbath as his replacement.
We just felt like we needed to make a change at kicker, and like we had talked about before, Brett had done a good job for us at different times during his tenure here, but we simply had missed too many makeable kicks, and Brett would be the first one to tell you that. We wish him nothing but the best, but excited to have Kai here. We know Kai from his rookie year. He was actually with us for a lot of his first year in the league, and veteran kicker has made a lot of kicks in games, so excited to have him on board.
Was it pretty clear after you saw them kick that he was the guy you wanted to go with, that plus his history?
Yeah, again, I think each of the guys that have come in to kick for us have done a very good job, but we just felt best about Kai, his experience, his ability to kick and have success in games, certainly factored into it, but he kicked well in the workout, and we're excited to have him with our football team.
What's your message to your team coming into this week?
Yeah, the biggest thing we have to do is just reinforce what we need to do to play winning football, and there are a lot of things that go with that, and we're going to focus on each day of preparation to go play our best football this week. And team did a really good job on Monday coming in, had a really good work day on Monday afternoon. We had a football practice, and we'll have another one today. So guys have handled it well, and excited about the opportunity to get better.
Is that different than coming in and practicing the way you did Monday? Because I know, like, week 1 of the season, I don't think you run them through that. When you have that extra day.
Yeah, we actually have done that on a couple different occasions this year when we've had the long week and a half between games. We've come in on Monday and had a bonus day of practice, very similar to the earlier schedules.
Forbath isn't a complete stranger to Dallas. In 2011, as a rookie, he battled Dan Bailey for the kicking position. Forbath was most recently with the Patriots this year, and in the one game he kicked in, he made a 23-yard field goal. Next, we'll hear from quarterback Dak Prescott on why this team still controls their own destiny and why he still has confidence in this team.
Cowboys Rewind is brought to you by AT&T Academy, the official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys, and by NFL Game Pass. You'll never miss a game again. Enjoy full access to coaches' film and game replays from Week 1 to the Super Bowl. Subscribe at DallasCowboys.com/Game Pass.
What started out as an exciting 3-0 season has become a season of frustration for the now 6-7 Cowboys. Players and coaches have all said that they have the talent on this team. It's just self-inflicting wounds getting in their way. Quarterback Dak Prescott says this team has not lost confidence in itself. Prescott graduated from Mississippi State with multiple degrees, and on this week's Cowboys Hour podcast, he shared how his education has prepped him to stay encouraged and confident through tough situations like these.
Most of you probably know Dak has a couple of degrees, and one of them is in psychology, right?
Right.
And the other one is in workplace leadership,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, you literally went to school to solve problems in the workplace. So what did you learn? What's in your academic background that you can apply to this situation? Because it seems like you're from afar that your team needs a little positivity.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I kind of just how I said it, about looking forward and grabbing momentum and seeing which way and however we can grab it. Let's grab it, put 2 hands on it, and use that as we go forward, because we're going to need it. We're going to need it here this week. We're going to need it in coming weeks. We're going to need it once we get into that tournament that means the most here at the end. So, yeah, school definitely helped out for this situation. I can say that much, but it's about believing in yourself. If you don't believe it first, you can't ask anybody else to believe it. If I didn't believe that we're the ones writing the story, that we have the pen is in our hand, the pen isn't in the critic's hand, the pen isn't in the fans' hand, and it's for us to write our own story. And it just hadn't been a lot of good chapters so far, but it's going to turn. It's going to be a great story, and we're writing it. I'm writing it. I'm excited for it. I'm excited about the men that we have and the way that it's going to end.
Don't you want to just run through a wall now?
Very well received. Now, the psychology degree might help you address the question of team confidence, which it always fascinates me at the elite professional level, which is where you guys are. You're the best of your high schools and of your colleges, and yet in a group dynamic, confidence, even at the high skill level you all are at, can be a fragile thing. How do you regain that? Does your team need to regain it?
I don't necessarily think we've lost any confidence. And you're right. I tell people all the time, I think this game is 90% confident. Everybody at this level is capable of doing it, or we wouldn't be here. It's about who believes that they can make the plays and that they will go make the plays. So if you look at our team, you look at the number, just look at the skill we have, the players we have, the number of Pro Bowls on our team, and beyond that, the type of men that we have. We actually have men that I'm excited about coming into work each and every day and hear about how their weekend went, or see the way that they're going to approach this day with us being down 6-7. So we've got a high character team, and when you have that added with the skill, you can't worry about losing confidence. As I said, it's just about grabbing that momentum, us doing something good. Let's stop looking around and waiting for somebody to make the play and say, hey, I'm going to make it myself. And we've got the type of guys that can do that and will do that.
When things are not going well, do you have to change something that you've been doing?
In situations, but I don't think right now with this team. One, it's late, obviously, and you would be panicking if you tried to do that. But two, we have the people. We have the people that we need. And when you have that from the mentality standpoint and then the skill standpoint, yeah, no room for panic. Just double down on yourself and know that you've got what it takes, that we have the men that are capable of, as I said, writing a story that we're all going to be proud of.
You can listen live to Cowboys Hour every Monday night at 6 p.m. on 105.3 The Fan with Brad Sham and Taylor Stern and a new guest every week. From one quarterback to another. Don't go anywhere. We'll hear from Hall of Fame quarterback Roger Staubach right after this.
Seconds left. He is going to throw. Drew Pearson. He got it. Touchdown. I didn't know they had it for a while. I thought the ball bounced. I don't believe it. He just threw the ball over the scoreboard. I don't believe it. The ball was thrown short, and the defender was not watching, and Pearson came back to make the catch for him.
Welcome back to Cowboys Rewind. There are plenty of memorable moments in Cowboys history. However, one of the most talked about is the Hail Mary pass from Hall of Fame quarterback Roger Staubach to wide receiver Drew Pearson in the 1975 playoff game against Minnesota. The play is actually memorialized here at the Star in Frisco with a frame-by-frame mural lining a 3-story staircase. Every tour makes sure to stop by and looks in awe at how the incredible play went down. Staubach went back in time with the Happy Hour podcast crew and shares what he remembers from the famous Hail Mary pass.
I want to hear it from the person that was involved in the play to make sure that the tour guides are telling the correct story. Yeah. So walk us through how that came to be.
Well, it was in 1975. We overachieved that year. We were a wild card team that went into the playoffs. And the Vikings had a great year. They had Fran Target and Alan Page and all the great players they had.
The Purple People Eaters.
Yes, sir. And so we went up to Minnesota to play them, and we played the heck out of the first half. And then we were behind 14-10, and we got the ball back, and wasn't much time left. It was 4th and 17, and I threw a pass to Drew Pearson. Drew was unbelievable. He had just great hands, and he could, he ran routes good. So it was a post corner, and he caught it just before he went out of bounds. And if he didn't, it was a 4th down play. So we got a chance to get another. So we were about on the 50-yard line, and so we had really no timeouts left. And so I just basically said, everybody block and Drew go deep. So it was really a tricky play. But that's all we could do. Is back then it was the alley-oop or the bomb, or And so I dropped back and I looked. Paul Krause was his safety, and I pumped this way to move him over a little bit so he didn't help with Nate Wright, who was a cornerback. And so then I turned and threw it, and I intentionally threw it short. Just kidding. I'm sorry. It really wasn't a good throw. I mean, but I threw it as far as I could, but when I pumped the Krause, so we were more than 50 yards. Actually, it was probably about 50 yards so Drew caught it on his hip, and just a great catch. I mean, he ran in the end zone, and the place went silent. And then there was a guy that threw a bottle out and hit the referee in the head. And so he's kneeling on the ground. The place just went silent, and we ended up winning the game 17-14, and it was a big upset. They expected to go to the Super Bowl. And so in the locker room after the game, the AP writer came up to me and said, "Roger, what were you thinking about when you threw the ball?" And I said, I closed my eyes and said a Hail Mary. And the AP writer, really, it's the first time it was ever said. The NFL has recognized it's the only first time it was ever said in the NFL. Mm-hmm. And it was said in football, actually. And so Aaron Rodgers is thrown some Hail Mary passes, but not the Hail Mary pass. Doug Flutie's was a Hail Mary, but not the Hail Mary.
Yeah.
The Hail Mary was that play to Drew Pearson.
I love that Staubach pointed out. While other players have made similar passes to win games in crunch time, his is the original Hail Mary. You can listen to the Happy Hour podcast every Wednesday at 7 p.m. on 105.3 The Fan from the Cowboys Club with a new guest each week. Next, we'll change gears and focus on the Cowboys' next opponent, the Los Angeles Rams. The Dallas Cowboys are no stranger to what the Los Angeles Rams are capable of. The Rams ran all over the Cowboys in the 2018 divisional playoff game, cutting Dallas's run at a Super Bowl short. Both teams have a lot to play for. The Cowboys are trying to secure the division to make the playoffs, and the 8-5 Rams are fighting for a wild card spot. Here's an in-depth breakdown of this week's matchup from the break.
They are rediscovering their run game because their tight ends are helping offset their offensive line. Gurley's been playing well these last 2 weeks. Sean McVay had a great one-liner last week where somebody was like, well, why is Gurley been so involved the last 2 weeks? And McVay was like, because I decided to stop being an idiot and get my best player involved.
Here we go.
So I
remember when Garrett said that one time.
I literally heard that and I was like, imagine having a head coach who would like provide a funny, good headline for you.
But honestly, there's more to it than that. It's not just that. It's just saying, you know what, you're right.
It's
the arrogant level that has to just drop a little bit and be like, you know what, we've been doing some different things.
That's
we
true.
Get back to basics here.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it.
I heard the Eagles
selfishly.
coach saying the same thing or similar thing a week or two ago, and I was thinking the same thing. Like, it's kind of refreshing. It's kind of refreshing to hear him just be like, yeah, I got to get my own way.
Doing some stuff. We said, you know what, this stuff works. Let's just go and run the ball and get Gurley involved.
Which actually, that's another great point because the Rams got famous last year because it was like 95% of the time it's 11 personnel. It's the same 3 receivers. They don't change. They're good at it, and that's what they do. Well, they're adjusting for their deficiencies this year because they're all the way up to 20% 12 personnel. Like they use it a lot because they have a good versatile tight end and a great running back. So it's working for them. Their receivers are scary because they're versatile. Kupp and Woods and Cooks can all line up anywhere. I mean, good receivers can, but they do it a lot. You see Woods lines up in the slot. He lines up outside. I think Woods is Goff's guy. I know Kupp and him both have 70-plus catches, like you said, but it seems like Woods is, to the caller's point, Woods is like the guy he's looking for.
I think he's one of the most underrated wide receivers in the NFL.
Except in the red zone. In the red zone, Cooper Kupp, I mean, I saw a stat the other day. I have to look at it closer, but it was like of the first 40 games of your career, the number 1 receiver in the NFL history of touchdown catches is Randy Moss. Number 2 is Cooper Kupp.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's a stud.
And he doesn't have a ton of catches to go with it in yards. He just goes down there and He's a great route runner. Was he a guy that you guys loved on the draft show?
I mean, I don't want to pat myself on the back, but I loved him.
Right.
No, I loved
Don't
Cooper
break
Kupp.
your arm. You
I know.
needed to right.
Yeah. I mean, I liked Laquan Treadwell too. That didn't work out for me.
Yeah, we all have some good ones and some bad ones, right?
It was just if you win.
Hester, remember that? Way back then, I was like, draft Hester. Gotta have him.
You were kind of right.
But I think I wanted to play him at offense.
I don't care. You would have been right at least on returns. Yeah.
Rams receiver Cooper Kupp has 7 touchdowns this year and is just 10 yards shy of reaching that 1,000-yard milestone. Be sure to listen to The Break live weekdays at 11:45 in the morning. The Dallas Cowboys made an announcement about one of their offensive linemen this week. I'll tell you what it was right after this. For the last 30 years, the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders have spread holiday cheer by visiting local children's hospitals around the DFW Metroplex, visiting some of their smallest fans and their families. Let's take a look back at the Cowboys and the DCC doing good in the community earlier this week.
Each year we get an opportunity to really get out in the community and hospitals, and really it's just it's all about giving back and paying it forward. Just to be able to spread the holiday cheer.
But just to be able to come here and see true fans and see people that no matter the score, no matter the record, they're thankful for what you do. They're thankful for the impact that you have on their life, and it's these moments that we recognize that, and it's special to be a part of it.
There we go. The hospital visits are a great reminder on what's important in life and putting things in perspective. One Dallas Cowboy has had a new perspective on life and football recently. After missing all of the 2018 season due to his Guillain-Barré syndrome diagnosis, center Travis Frederick worked tirelessly to be physically and mentally ready to come back in 2019. He did so while still making time to give back to those around him. Frederick is the Dallas Cowboys Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee, an award given to one NFL player honoring their volunteer and charity work. Frederick was nominated for his efforts to end childhood hunger through his foundation, Blocking Out Hunger.
Hi, Trav. Congratulations on being this year's Dallas Cowboys Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year award winner. I know this last year has been one of the most challenging years, and I know how hard you worked to get back on that field. Throughout all your hardships, you've somehow managed to keep sight of what's important, and that's helping others and giving back. I know life looked way different a year ago, but one thing that stayed the same is your commitment to charity. I can't think of anyone more deserving for this award than you. Yes, you're an amazing football player, but you're an even more amazing man. We are so proud of you, and we love you so much. What do you say to Daddy?
Love you, Daddy.
Love you, Daddy.
Love you.
Love you.
All right, on behalf of the O-line, just wanted to congratulate you on representing us not only on the field but off the field. So congratulations on this great honor here. There you go. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I guess thanks to you guys for coming to my events and hanging in there with me. I know I bothered you guys a lot and asked a lot of you. By the way, there's going to be an event in spring. Just kidding. You know, it's an honor to have this, and I appreciate you guys sticking with me through all of this. It's been a long year, so things like this will mean a little bit more now.
If Frederick wins, he'll be in great Cowboys company with former winners Jason Witten, Troy Aikman, and Roger Staubach. Every team gets a nominee, and every nominee receives a $50,000 donation towards their charity, and the winner receives an extra $200,000. The Walter Payton Man of the Year will be announced in February at the NFL Honors Award just before the Super Bowl. That's it for Cowboys Rewind this week. Be sure to tune into the Cowboys-Rams game this Sunday. Kickoff is at 3:25. However, Cowboys pregame live starts at 2 p.m., streaming on all Dallas Cowboys platforms. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.
Cowboys Rewind was brought to you by AT&T. SWBC Mortgage, financial solutions to help you meet your personal and business goals. Visit swbc.com. And by the Dallas Cowboys Football Club. Want to tour AT&T Stadium? For more information, call 817-892-TOUR or visit dallascowboys.com/tours.